Okay, all that I can tell you is that 120 customers pre-ordered this on hsn.com. It is almost a 4.5-star customer rated item. Now listen, we sell the heavy-duty machine, which is this machine, all day long. And it's called the Scholastic package. This machine sells for $299.95 by itself. We're including, for an extra $50, a 2, 3, 4 Serger from Singer. For $349.95, you get both. Now, this is the thing. Most women that love to sew that don't have a serger, they dream of having a serger because it's really the only way to bridge the gap between just sewing a piece of fabric and binding it together with a beautiful finish, trimming it, you know, cutting it, and using enough thread when you're doing that to really bind the fabric together. You're getting this on 5 flexible payments for $69.99. Because of HSN's relationship with Singer, the world's largest sewing machine manufacturer, we're able to build in value-added packages as well as what you get when you go to the Singer store. So we're going to include all the things that Singer would normally give you and more. So now listen to the package, and I'll try to make this visible for you at home. You know what? I may have to hold this up. I'm actually going to do that, okay? So you're going to receive all the basics, everything that you would normally get with a machine, the quilting edge guide, screwdriver, tweezer, spreader, screwdriver, button, sewing for doing zippers, all-purpose buttonhole needle set, all-purpose, spool holders, spool pin needles. Then, we're including all of these value-added bonus presser feet, like the 1/4 inch, the straight stitch, the fringe, the open toe, the beading foot, the rolled hem foot, the cording foot, the non-stick foot, the darning embroidery. You get the clearance plate, the gathering, the roller, the edge joining. There's even a DVD for overlock construction, instruction that's going to teach you when you're doing overlocking how to do that. All I can tell you is this is like a dream. There are 1,100 of these. I would be shocked if there's one left at the end of the show. And if purchased separately, if you went to Singer, you kind of put this all together for whether it be a beginner, intermediate, or an accelerated sewer at home, you're going to spend easily $706.78 just for the extras on top of it. So here's the thing. For $349.95, I would jump on this, and let me welcome and introduce to you a woman who's not only an actress and entertainer, she's also been on several television shows, reality shows, contests. Her husband is an actor. Her son was a cruise director for the last couple of years until he finally got off that boat, and she's a friend of mine and yours. Darlene Cahill.
This is such an exciting time, and thank you so much for tuning in today. We have the Scholastic Duo at an unprecedented price. This will allow you a one-stop sewing shop to have the opportunity for a mechanical 32-stitch dial-a-stitch machine from Singer, the name most recognizable in the world of sewing, the name that stands above all others. You know that more people sew on a Singer than all the other companies combined?
I would imagine so.
So you're getting this wonderful machine, and check out how easy it is to use and operate. You simply dial the stitch that you want. Let's say, for example, we wanted the straight stitch, and let's say we wanted a different foot. Well, you snap off the foot that's there, you place the next foot underneath the shank, lower it down, the foot's attached. That's how simple it is. So if you had a machine back in the day and it frustrated you, or it's an old clunker and it's time to get something that you know you can depend on, get something, maybe you're a weekend warrior, maybe you're starting out in a new home, a new apartment, a new school, anything where you want the whole family to sew or just you. Starting your own home business, alterations, costumes, wedding gowns, you can do it with this machine. This is the one that's going to last. It's mechanically based. You don't have to worry about any electronic parts. Push down reverse, top loading drop-in bobbin. You've got a stainless steel bed so it will resist scratching and pulling even your most delicate lingerie. That is the 1/4 inch stitch. You can do quilting with this machine. You're going to have a blast putting the pieces together and watching your dreams burst into life with the sewing machine that is beyond compare. as far as the mechanical realm of machines go, this is second to none. Take a look at all of the different stitches that you can
This is
acquire.
what really, honestly, it blows my mind because I know what just this machine sells for on our website at hsn.com alone.
Beautiful.
The fact that for $49.95 you're receiving a serger, a 234 serger. I would, listen, call during the show if you're a big fan of Darlene. You've been watching her in managing the largest instructional training, classroom in the world for sewing. Be part of the show. The number to call if you love Singer is 1-866-376-8255. We would love to hear your testimonial on why you love Singer as well. But can you believe you're going to get this package home?
Wow.
Free shipping for a serger and the heavy duty that sells for $300. I mean, there's no...
Awesome.
You can Google search it. Just try to put the two
please
together.
do. Now watch this. See this needle right here? This foot is called the zipper and piping foot. And that needle, look at this. You can move the needle to any position that you want using this stitch width dial. So I want it to go all the way over to the left. So I'm moving it all the way to number 6. And I'm placing my welt cord and my burlap. And then my stitch length, I'm going to lengthen to the 3. And we're just going to sew. We're going to sew some burlap piping. Because if you're doing your outdoor furniture, if you're making new covers for the end of the season, your barbecue, your boat, a bra for your sports car, you can make anything, awnings, draperies.
Your sports car wears a bra?
I don't have a sports car.
I actually got one with my sports car. You're right, Dave. We make them.
I drive a truck.
You know what, though? If you wanted to make a cover for a car that you only use occasionally, or maybe you wanted to make a cover for your barbecue and you wanted to buy some inexpensive vinyl. This will handle vinyl, leather. I mean,
exactly.
Darlene will often sew through lead. This is the powerhouse. You're getting the extra 234 serger. The Scholastic package is a sewing machine serger duo that would sell for $706.78. Yours today for $349.95. I don't want to say anything more than you know the value. If you're a sewer, if you're new to sewing, this is the package.
Now,
I think.
Not only is it functional, Bill, you're right, it is the package. And let me tell you something. Even if you are not new to sewing, proficient sewers, advanced, computerized embroidery, you still want to have that mechanical machine in your life.
Sure.
You still want to have that throw in the back of the car, don't worry about it, loan it to friends, not sweat it. You still want to have all of that availability, and you will with this. Now, there are decorative patterns built in. Check this out. I am going to dial up a domino stitch. The black one there. I'm going to lengthen very, very small, down to a 1, but I want it 6 millimeters wide. So now it's going to work back and forth. Now watch how it sews. I have what's called a cording foot, and the cording foot has 3 pieces of embroidery floss going through, or otherwise known as cord. Here you go. All right. Now, pedal to the metal, Ma. Look what we're doing.
What surprises me is that when you feed it through, it knows exactly how to organize it because of that bonus, that value-added bonus pressure foot.
Nice.
That you don't normally get with a Singer. We're giving you so many extras in this package. It's wonderful to be here at HSN because it's a real joy for those of us that are our show hosts to present packages with our guests like Darlene. Because Darlene, let's face it, she's a veteran sewer. She understands everything from costume design to wedding dress design to home deck. You're going to be able to do these things, and if you just bought the system to alter trousers, to hem a pair of pants, to alter a jacket, you're ahead of the game.
Now, I use the cording foot, which runs 3 cords, but you can also just run 1 cord through the cording foot, and you can make your own flower petals to embellish a tote. That's just an embellished tote. And then you can put a covered button in the middle, and you have what looks like a designer handbag.
And so, to make a top like this, you need a serger.
Absolutely. Let's take a look at the seam on the inside.
Look, you need a serger to do this.
So let's talk about the serger. We're going to go to that one next. The serger sews, cuts, and finishes off. Cuts your sewing time in half. Gives you wearability, strength, integrity through washes. It's not going to come apart. It looks professionally done. And you will use a serger for, I would say, 85 to 95% of all of your sewing.
I really don't know how women that sew don't make it without a serger.
Well, when they do, and then they're not happy with the results because you can see that it's handmade, what are your seam finish options? Pinking shears? Zig-Zag stitches?
Right.
Yuck. Everyone says, oh, you made that?
And a lot of hand stitching.
Yeah. You want them to go, oh, you made that? Really? I mean, it's a whole different way of thinking.
I want to say this again, and we might even be able to take you to our website at hsn.com to show you what the heavy duty sells for, which is the comparable to this one machine. You're getting both. This is not a choice of the Serger or the heavy duty. You're getting both in the Scholastic package. It's called the Scholastic package because it's for the leader in the industry like you that wants to be able to do things seamlessly, effortlessly, without having to go through the aggravation of figuring out what do I need. We're giving it all to you.
Look at all that.
You're getting the machine. First of all, the Serger's worth $239.99. Then the Scholastic sewing machine is $215.99. All of those value-added presser feed, we're saying $75.91 at the low. Then you get the extras, the beading, the fringe, the darning, the instructional video to teach you how to do everything, the narrow rolled hem foot, the gathering foot, the rolled foot, the rolled foot, the roller foot. All of those total $706.78. You're only paying to get this whole system home a flex payment of $69.99 plus tax. And then $69.99 a month thereafter. Every woman that's always dreamt of starting to sew, learning to sew now, and wants to get into the, I would say the intermediate to advanced stages of either, pattern making or taking a pattern in dressmaking. If maybe you've got a son or daughter and they really have demonstrated an interest in costume design, or they want to get into fashion design, and you know it, because you know they're not letting go of that dream, make their dream come true. That's what I think. And you can do it affordably.
Yes. Now, this is the Serger. You're getting both, the sewing machine and the Serger. You get both, the mechanical and the Serger. It's a 2, 3, 4 Serger. It has a little map inside with graphics color-coded that shows you how to thread everything. You see the lower looper thread path and the upper looper thread path and both of the needles' thread paths. You also see the little bypass device and how to attach it to the upper looper so that you can do 2-thread sewing. Now, this end also comes off. I'm going to push up a little button inside and pull it off. Inside here, when you receive it, you'll find your accessories. There'll be some extra accessories in here. And what you have done is you have just converted this from a flatbed to a free arm. And you say, well, why does that matter? Well, have you ever tried to sew something round on a flatbed? It's really hard. It's like trying to wear a tablecloth. It doesn't fit on a round body, right? Well, when you're sewing things that are round, you need something to go around or sew around so that you're not fighting with it and wrestling with it like I know I used to have to do back in the day. But now with these free arm Sergers, you can put on cuffs, collars, hem pants, booties, mittens, anything round, sleeves, you name it. There is a new cuff on the bottom of a sleeve just like that.
Now, you cannot do that without, the ability to go around the free arm like that. And if you've ever tried to do a cuff, monogram, anything that you've ever tried to do, you've got to be able to access that small piece of material. Isn't this exciting? Now, honestly, if you've been sewing for any length of time, you know the value as well as we do. Call us and let us know what you think. Our number is 1-866-376-8255. Now, let's talk about a Serger. What is a Serger? Darlene's going to take you through just kind of verbally and show you methodically what it's used for and how it works and the different parts of the Serger with this animation. So tell us.
Well, the Serger, this one comes with the beading foot. It goes 1,300 stitches a minute, which is faster than the other Sergers in the Singer lineup. It also has a little bit extra of a heavy-duty knife, so it cuts a little bit extra heavy-duty fabric, and it has that little bit of extra power. So you're getting a heavy-duty Serger and the heavy-duty machine. You can dial the stitch, which means you can adjust your stitch lengths, and it also comes with a beading foot, which is a $35 accessory. So it's a really great value, and it has that free arm. And then remember, you're not just getting the Serger, you're also getting the mechanical sewing machine. You're getting a 2-for-1 here, practically.
And the Serger cuts, sews, and finishes the fabric.
Right.
Nothing else does that. So every woman that wants to do that, look, now you see here, this is nice because you can adjust the stitch, you can adjust the stitch width, you can do it all, with an analog dial. A lot of people like the simplicity of just an analog sewing machine.
Yes, I like that. And I forgot that's what you call that, analog dial.
Sure.
And, you're right. It's easy. It's dependable. You know what to expect. And you know it's not going to just go on the fritz one day. It's always going to be there because it's gear-driven. I mean, this is old world craftsmanship with today's technology to bring you the very finest sewing experience possible. Look at that little delicate eyelash trim fringe that we just made. You can do that yourself. This is with regular thread. This is with 30 gauge cotton thread. You can get different results using different threads, different widths, different everything. But take a look at the result. The result is right on this sample that you see here, the one that was in the shot with Bill moments ago. And all of this edging, that's not store-bought trim. That was done with the fringe foot. And after the fringe is made, you can press it to one side and then do a little top stitch, satin stitching, and push it down so that it stays down. But it's still flirty and dimensional and textural, and it really adds interest to a top.
I want you to imagine if you're giving this as a gift for the holidays and you're shopping for it today and now, because a lot of you are shopping right, now through the month. Imagine this coming in one box separately from, the Scholastic sewing machine in a separate box, and then giving the two gifts to one person that loves sewing, designing, costume making, whatever the case may be. They would be blown away.
Oh my gosh.
Darlene had me in her studio where she has got it looks like a drapery shop, or it looks like a manufacturing facility. And she built it specifically for recording video and also for training in the studio. I spent the entire day with Darlene, and I know if you've heard this before, you might be like, yawn, I've heard that. But the point is, she taught me everything from cutting a pattern to sewing, and I wanted to do that educationally to really understand the expression of what each machine does for you. I am blown away by this value, and we'll see in a moment. Again, I'll ask our producer, Pat, if we can go to hsn.com to see what just a single sewing machine would sell for, or Serger separately. You're getting both of these for $349.95. They're all customer picks, free shipping on both machines, and 5 very easy, flexible payments for only $69.99. I say that it makes it affordable. It makes it easy for you to pay it off if you're buying it for yourself or as a gift. And it does everything you need.
Woo! Can you hear how fast it's, look how fast it's going.
And powerful.
I mean, I can floor it. It just keeps on going. It is really powerful. That is for sure.
You taught me to always go past the fabric when you're serging.
Well past. You want to always have a tail. If you cut it, you'll have little whiskers and they'll unravel. But if you use a knit picker that works through the seam, it has a little claw and it'll grab that and pull it right back on through the seam. And I'm sorry I don't have my knit picker with me today, but write that on your shopping list and pick one up, and you'll see how you can make these edges disappear into the seam. You'll be my knit picker. And you can also turn perfect corners with no whiskers by just simply running to the end, pulling it off the finger and back down on the front like I did a moment ago, and then continuing. And if you're wondering why this is striped thread, well, I used what's called a variegated woolly nylon, and this is what it looks like when you purchase it in the store. It's not really all one color. The color changes every few inches, and as it stitches out, you get bands of color, different striations, and it makes it interesting for your project. But whether you do that, or one solid color, whatever suits your style, because after all, you become the designer. And whatever taste you have and whatever you want to reflect your personal style, you can have that when you are in command and you're in the driver's seat of a singer dynamic duo like the Scholastic duo.
Now, you know what? There's no way that we could even make this up. I mean, this is something that we negotiated with Singer. I'll just kind of step over here. But they worked with Singer. Marissa, our buyer, worked with Singer for probably 6 months to 8 months in building this configuration, adding the bonus of the value-added presser feet, which you're getting in addition, the $706 value with the serger and sewing machine together for $349.95. This is an investment in your home. It's an investment in your personal wardrobe. It's an investment in your savings account, because you're saving so much and will be saving so much in alterations, both for yourself and for your family members. And so many women that leave of one vocation take up sewing as a second vocation because they want to do this, and they want to do it for fun, they want to do it for entertainment, and they want to do it to make extra cash. And you can do that. You can do that. Darlene will tell you, many women can make a very handsome living just doing alterations.
Well, my goodness, you can make one beautiful dress and pay for this whole duo for your labor costs.
Well, we have so many men that sew too. That join us here at the show. Here, we have 2 or 3 guys that join the show every time that we're on together and go onto Facebook and comment about the designs that they've done, and they love Singer products. And if you're one of those guys or gals, be part of the show. Now, our talk line is open. And we'll put the phone number up on the screen for you. If you love Singer, tell us why. And the number to call again is 1-866-376-8255. It would be so nice to hear from you.
And really, one of the things that is great about this is, when was the last time you felt inspired? When was the last time you really got those creative juices going and you really had your mojo going? This is something that can really help you expand your creativity horizons and help you accomplish things that maybe you used to only dream of or you thought you couldn't do it. Now these machines are so well made. Let's get real. Singer's been making mechanical machines since 1851. I think they've got it down pat now. They've been making these for so cotton picking long, longer than anybody else. Now,
threading is so easy.
Front drop-in bobbin. So check that out. Bobbin thread comes right up. Pinch it, pull, replace your cover. You're ready to go. There is a feed dog. This comes off. By the way, your accessory storage is right in here. This is removable. Notice under here you have the extra support. It keeps the machine from wobbling when you're working on heavy items. And in the back, I'm just going to turn this around to show you. This is the feed dog retractor. So the little fingers that pull the fabric through are controlled right here. This is with the feed dog up. And here you can see the feed dog is down beneath the needle plate. Now I just put it up, and you won't see them pop up until you do a complete rotation. There they are. And see, now they're back up again. So if you were looking at it from the side, you would see that that was now up above the bottom. Now if I moved it, watch. There they go. They retract down again. And then when you move it this way, you have to do a full rotation. So that's just a little tip from me to you. I know that sometimes people will say, I can't get the feed dog back up, and it's just a rotation of the flywheel.
The tips that you covered during the show, I think that a lot of people, including you at home, probably get really great value out of what she's doing, what she's teaching you, and it teaches you how to sew, because there's no classroom really you can go to unless you go to like a junior college, or if there's a local college where you are in whatever vicinity or part of the country you live in. There's one thing I do want you to know. Darlene recorded a video called The Foot Parade, and with all the pressure feed that you're receiving, this is invaluable for giving you instructional training on what each of the feet do and how to use them. So we'll put the item number for the Foot Parade at the bottom of the screen, and that way you can order it during the show. We also have additional accessories online at hsn.com, and you're welcome to check them out. That's www.hsn.com, keyword Singer or sewing. All right, now listen. I'm going to say it again. If you just channel surf by, it's 5:20 Eastern Time. Some of you may be gathering, going out, coming back from dinner. If you're in the central United States or on the West Coast, it's earlier in the afternoon. Just under 1,000 remaining for the rest of the weekend, and it's starting now. We're starting the weekend like midweek. This is a blowout value. We negotiated with Singer to bring you a Scholastic sewing machine and a 234 Serger together for the price of a sewing machine and $50. And we're giving you all of the value-added presser feet that you would pay extra for, anywhere from $7 to $35 a presser foot. $69.99 to get it home. This is a very quick look at everything you're getting. It's mind-boggling. We're not going to go through everything, but just the two machines and all the presser feet combined are worth double the price that we're selling them for, and we're doing that because we love to be innovational, aspirational, and bring you packages that are unbeatable, and that's how we've developed a reputation for being the go-to place for Singer.
Wow, that's fantastic. And one of the things you'll see about this particular Serger is it has what's called differential feed. Now, differential feed is when you can either sew in elastic. You see, there are two sets of feed dogs. There's a front and a back, and you can't really see that because the foot's covering it, but there's a front set of feed dog and a back set, and they don't have to work together. Sometimes the front will be pulling twice as fast as the back, or vice versa, and you can control that when you're putting in elastic, or as I'm doing here, making a ruffle. And you might say, well, you're not making a ruffle. Well, you're right, because I haven't set the differential feed yet. Now watch what happens on the side of the machine when I simply move this button all the way down. And now watch how it will gather up. Crazy, right? Just by changing how the feed dog are pulling the fabric through. Now that front one is pulling way twice as fast as the back one, as in feed dog, and so what happens is resulting a ruffle. Isn't that fun? So you can ease your arm size when you're putting in sleeves. You can make very light gathers like this on batiste and silk for ruffles, and draperies, dust ruffles, shirt flounces,
like a poet
things
blouse.
like that. Yeah.
You know, it's funny, we have a big event here in Tampa Bay in February, and it's called Gasparilla.
Gasparilla, yeah.
And the #1 costume store in Tampa is closing. And they were like the #1 supplier of pirate wear.
Costumes,
like,
yeah.
you know, pirate shirts and jackets and costumes. Make your own.
Definitely.
And you know what? If you live in the Tampa Bay area, you can make a lot of money making them. But here's the thing. We've never done this before. This is one of those first-time offers where we're giving you a Serger and this Scholastic sewing machine together for a price that is this ridiculously low. At $349.95, what I invite you to do is go search it. Go to the leading retail sites on the internet, e-commerce sites, and search the package. You're not going to find it. You're not going to find it with all the pressure feet because we negotiated this 6 to 8 months ago as a big holiday package. It's launching today, and you're going to love using it. Even if you're a new sewer or intermediate or if you're an advanced sewer, that you've been doing wedding dresses, costume design alterations for a really long time, I want you to try the 2, 3, 4 Serger and Scholastic machine. And you know what? You get to enjoy them, give them as a gift, and they can be exchanged or returned.
Of course.
All the way through the end of January of 2015. So with our holiday return policy, it really makes it awesome.
It does. What's awesome is the duo. You get this dynamic duo. It's the Scholastic because Singer knows you always want to keep learning. When you're green, you grow. When you're ripe, you rot, right? So it's important that you keep growing. We want to stay green, and we want to do projects that reflect our personality, who we are, and what we think is important in life. And so here's what we're doing now. We are sewing leather and denim. And we're putting this together.
This is a heavy denim. This is like 14 ounce denim.
Yeah, this is that heavy farmer denim, I call it. And I'm using a zigzag stitch on the blue zone. Now see how they're color-coded? You have the black, the blue, and the red. Now the black, the stitch length is right here in the black zone. When you go to the blue stitch, you want to line up the S blue with the little knob right here, with that little nub. And when you go to the red zone, you line up this Singer S with that. So right now I want to do the blue zone, so we're going back to the blue S, and stitch width is all the way to 6, and we're just going to go ahead and put these two pieces together. Now what's really holding these together is the thread. There is no seam allowance. This is called an edge joining because literally you are joining two edges together. This foot has a metal plate that runs right down the center, and it keeps each piece of fabric on its own side. That way there's no overlap. You have a nice flat seam. It looks good. Did you want to give this a try, Bill?
I'm coming out. I'm going to do this because, you know, Darlene only will get to a point like where she thinks, okay, even Bill can do this, and she'll let me. But honest to God, this looks like it would be one of the most complicated things to do, joining fabric.
You stand on this side, probably.
Okay.
I'll switch with you.
Ready? Okay, now watch this. If I can do this, you can do this. Follow along.
All right, go ahead.
Okay.
See that little metal plate in the middle?
Yep.
You want to keep the leather on the right and the denim on the left, and you're all set. And just let it rip. Feed it through.
You're doing good?
Yeah.
I mean, I cannot get over this, and it's literally bridging the two together.
Don't pull
and sewing the
against
two
it.
together, and it's doing it because of the pressure foot.
Yeah, let it advance. Let it pull itself through. You can't pull against the feed dog. Always let the fabric pull itself through. Don't pull in the back. Don't pull against the front. Just let the machine do it. These machines are so well calibrated. They're going to do all the work for you.
Okay, now I'm at high speed and it's working.
Look what you're doing. I mean, that is really racing through with a double zigzag. That means it's reversing and going forward at the same time.
Good gosh.
I know, and it's making a beautiful, bold joining stitch using the joining foot. This is one of many, many, many techniques that you'll be able to learn.
Okay, let's take a look at the finished product. You ready? Look what Mr. Bill did.
Now, this is...
I mean, honestly, I've never done this before. I'm telling you.
Don't do this. This is pulling against the fabric. And when he stopped doing that, it got really good. Look, you did this part really great.
Well, it took me a second.
Yeah, well, it takes everybody a second. You got to get used to it.
So just leave it spread apart a little bit, actually.
Yeah, just let it ride on through. Just like that. Beautiful job. You did good.
Never done this.
Yeah, you're doing it now. Look at you go. So now you're creating placemats for outdoors, table runners, rugged
Ta-da.
Home decor. If you know some weekend warriors, this is the perfect gift for them. Maybe you are yourself. Maybe you know someone getting a new home or moving into a new apartment, the couple that's getting married. This is the perfect unisex gift. It's a nice light gray color. It looks like a nice, clean, contemporary tool. You'll enjoy the ease of the dial-a-stitch, and you'll like how easy, and the options that are built in, like the automatic wind the buttonhole, and then you have a built-in handle. This has the presser foot pressure control. You have the top-loading drop-in bobbin that I showed you earlier, and 6-second threading because all the thread guides are open. You can take this anywhere, set it on tabletop, countertop, desktop, even laptop for Pete's sake, and you can sew absolutely anything with it.
I'm just going to tell you, I've seen a lot of offers at HSN. I've presented many of them. Whether you are a woman or a man and you're watching the show or you're watching together and you're thinking, okay, it's time to upgrade. And it's also time to own a serger, but maybe you didn't want to buy a serger for $300 alone because that's an investment. You're getting both. For $249.95 to $299.95 on HSN.com, you can buy one machine. You could buy the Scholastic or a comparable machine like the heavy duty. We're including the 2, 3, 4 thread serger, and it's only like a $50 extra add-on, but the package together, we've also been able to put on 5 flex payments, and it's free shipping, which is saving you about $21 shipping and handling, and they're not lightweight. In other words, you're going to be thrilled when you get this home and realize how inexpensive it was for delivery. The other thing is, if you apply for the HSN card, you'll receive $20 off your first single item purchase. So you could bring the price down to $329.95 just by applying for that credit card. It makes sense. Okay, and then you know what? Call us back. Let us know what you think. The number to call to apply for the card is 1-800-695-1418, or you can go to hsn.com/HSN card. Darlene, final serger.
Yes. This is the flat locking stitch that you can do with the serger. I took away the left needle and the left thread. I took away the upper looper, used the upper looper bypass device, and with some decorative threads that are bold and that really stand out, you can make a flat lock seam that looks like a beautiful pin tuck, and it's easy to do with your serger. You can disengage the knife, by the way, which I've done here. So the knife has been twisted up and disengaged. I'll show you how I did that in just a second. You can pre-press your seam so that you get that perfect seam. And then you just let it rip all the way down, and then I'll show you the result. Well, he already showed you the result on that blouse, but it's beautiful. But I wanted you to see how easy it was. Now, that was the piece that was just sewn, and watch what you do. You just pull it, give it a little tug, and it lays absolutely flat, and you have a beautiful surface embellishment. And you can't do that on your regular sewing machine. There's no way. Especially, the closest thing would be a satin stitch. It wouldn't be that wide, and it wouldn't lay that flat. You'd need stabilizer and everything else. This is all stitched on. The back is flat. The front is flat. And let me show you how easy it was to disengage that knife. It's right here. All you do is twist it. You push and twist.
Nice.
My hand's in the way. How am I going to do that?
But it's nice that you can disengage it as well as keep it on.
Let me see if I can do it. See,
because if you don't want to trim,
I'm moving over to the left. I have to move over to the other side.
Okay, go.
Okay, go.
Boom.
Okay, so here, you can push and twist. Look, there. There it is. It's in place. Now you just push and twist again, and it's up. So you can disengage the knife that easily when you don't want to cut the edges, as in flat locking like we just did. And there your machine's ready to go again. It's that easy.
Okay, well, I'm thrilled for you at home. Darlene did a brilliant job. She made it through, what, 2, 4, 6, 8 sets? No, 8 machines total.
4 sets.
4 sets of the Scholastic. And we have one machine coming up in the hour we want to give you a glimpse of. If you're in the ordering process, whether it be online at hsn.com, trying to get that HSN card open, or maybe you're speaking to one of our sales representatives, I am so happy for you. You're going to love your new machines. They'll be there within 7 to 10 days. You're going to love making that skirt for the Christmas tree if you're celebrating Christmas.